is the PC Gaming Show. For the next 2 hours, we'll show you new footage and announcements for more than 40 games, including the next game from Dean Hall, the creator of DayZ, the world-exclusive debut of gameplay footage for Evil Genius 2, Ruthless Combat in Mortal Shell, Everspace 2, epic battles in A Total War Saga, Troy, Torchlight 3, what's coming in the next chapter of Elite Dangerous, Mafia Definitive Edition, a look at New World, Amazon's upcoming open-world MMO.
Why hello there, PC Gaming Show. This is Greg Miller, just borrowing your broadcast for a moment to say that later on, I'll be dropping in again to reveal one of my favorite franchises that's coming to PC for the first time ever. If you can name this tune, maybe you'll recognize what it is. See you later in the show.
And now your PC Gaming Show hosts, Day9 and Frankie Ward.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the 2020 PC Gaming Show. I am one of your hosts today, Sean Day9 Plot, and I'm delighted to have you wherever you may be tuning in, Twitch or YouTube or Twitter. Welcome to our 6th annual event where we have over 2 hours of content, 50 plus games we're going to be looking at in the form of reveals, trailers, interviews that we've recorded in the last several weeks. Before we get into that, though, I want to take a moment to address the ongoing situation in America. While we're glad to be showing you some games today, there are many, many more people fighting for something far, far more important: the struggle against police violence and the systemic oppression of Black Americans. I and everyone who works on the PC Gaming Show each year, we know that Black lives matter, and this is not a fight that we are willing to stand on the sidelines for. So what can we all do? There's a great many organizations that deserve support right now, and one of them is the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund at naacpldf.org. If you want to support this and get some great games in the process, hundreds of developers have joined together at itch.io to create the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality. It's a pay whatever you want for the bundle, and 100% of the proceeds go to the NAACP Fund and the Community Bail Fund. There's a lot more resources and information we'd like to share, so PC Gamer has created an ongoing list of ways that you can get involved in supporting protesters. That's at pcgamer.com/Black Lives Matter. Okay, we're going to begin the reveals in a moment, but this wouldn't be a PC Gaming Show without my dear friend and co-host Frankie Ward joining us from the other side of the internet. Welcome, Frankie, and why don't you say hello?
Hello, Sean, and hello to everyone watching around the world. We're really excited to be with you again, and Sean, I've prepared a veritable smorgasbord of PC gaming interviews, trailers, and announcements. This year's show features the most games we've ever presented, so grab your beverage of choice, because it's go time.
Thanks, Frankie, and I gotta say, your apartment looks quite a bit more like a music video than mine does. Maybe I should have sprung for better lighting. Either way, it's time for the PC Gaming Show. And as I said earlier, 50 plus games. We've been talking to the developers, interviewing them for weeks now. And though it looks kind of empty here, I'm not alone. My beautiful assistant and good buddy DevBot. You may have seen him making his way over here. He is awaiting us. So let's go join him and get the show started. All right, DevBot, what do we have for this year's PC Gaming Show?
I've downloaded 50 game trailers and 10 interviews, Sean, along with a full report of the most secret gaming layer friendly dogs, per your request. Australian Shepherds rank 4th among all dog breeds.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, what should we play first then?
Scanning. Processing. My readings indicate that the audience would like to see Vikings.
Well, that sounds great. Then let's kick it off with Valheim, a Viking survival game where you'll fight monsters, craft weapons, build and sail ships on an open ocean, all while exploring a procedurally generated landscape. Show me the game, DevBot.
Oh no, ich war muted. No, ich war die ganze Zeit muted. Das gibt's doch nicht. Fuck this shit. Sorry, Guys, ich war muted. Wie der letzte Gauner, Alter. Meine Fresse. Das regt mich gerade auf, dass ich muted war. Meine Güte. So. Viking. By the way, Persona 4 für $20 oder für 20 Euro. That's a fucking steal and the biggest W of virtual E3. Bro, not gonna lie, this looks like God of War meets Minecraft. Jo, 20 Euro. Ich hab gedacht, Atlas haut das für 60 raus. Das war meine Befürchtung. Bro, why does this game look garbage? This game looks like garbage. Jungs, das heißt, donatet mal rein, damit ich mir Persona 4 holen kann. Spaß, don't do that. Bro, this games look fucking garbage. Es sieht aus wie ein Switch-Game, Alter. Wie ein fucking Mobile-Game. Bin ich eigentlich zu laut? Oder geht's? Hell nah! Nah, Bro, no, like... Jetzt bist du mir dann sowas. Der Grafikstil gefällt mir einfach nicht. Warte, bin ich denn auf 1080p? Ich habe mich gerade schon gewundert, okay.
The next game has been in the works
Cutie is back!
and is just about to come out. I've been following it the whole time, and if a game that features farming, creature collection, dance battles, and bears wearing pants sounds like your cup of tea, then it's time to put the kettle on and enjoy some ooblets.
Glockenkopf. Bro, what the fuck? Is this Animal Crossing? This animal... I swear this is Animal Crossing with... Bro, I can't. That's Pokemon with farming, yeah, it kinda is. Bro, if I see one Fortnite dance, I'm closing the stream. Passt die Lautstärke so, Jungs? Also, oder bin ich zu laut? Ist der Stream zu leise? Sagt an, wenn was nicht passt. Epic Games!
Sean, I've selected the next game for the PC Gaming Show.
Alles top, nice.
Well, great. What do you got, DevBot?
Yo, Day 9 mit den AirPods, let's fucking go!
That features a number of original playable classes.
DevBot, you wouldn't have chosen this game because in Torchlight 3 you can play as a steam-powered robot, would you?
My game selections are
Torchlight 3?
and determined by an algorithm that shows the audience only what it wants to see.
Show me the algorithm, DevBot.
The algorithm is
Stream lauter?
Okay, well, let's play the Torchlight 3 trailer, and when we're done, I want to talk to one of the Torchlight 3 devs.
Und Anthony, hast du nichts verpasst. World Exclusive.
In a world of magic and mystery.
Boah, Junge, Torchlight 1 war mein Shit, Alter.
Will you choose fame?
Aber I don't know about Torchlight 3. What do you mean Werbung? Ich habe keine Werbung geschaltet, als ob ich Werbung schalte. Wer bin ich?
Or the future of the frontier.
Als ob ich Werbung schalte, fucking Laszlo. If you get any Werbung, it's your fault, man. It's simple as that.
Explore remote, perilous realms. Battle hordes of ancient, powerful enemies. Unite with others to claim your fame and glory. Torchlight 3, your legend.
Now available on Steam. Let me check real quick.
DevBot, please connect me with one of those developers.
Torchlight 3, 30 Euro.
Joining me today to talk about Torchlight 3 is Max Schaefer. Max, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Now, Max, Torchlight 2's story began with the alchemist from the original Torchlight becoming corrupted and evil. How does Torchlight 3's story tie into the first two?
Well, we're in the same world, obviously. We're about a century later now, though, and the Empire
century?
is in...
Wow.
Yes, the Empire
schwöre,
is in
mein
decline,
Twitter-Grad geht
and
so
they've gotten a little
Abweg,
lazy,
Persona
a little
4.
comfortable, and a new threat looms
Ja,
on the
Torchlight
horizon.
1
So
mochte
once
ich sehr.
again, the adventurers will have to battle the Netherim and all the evil baddies threatening the world.
In terms of the scope and scale of Torchlight 3, how does it compare to the previous
Bro, just
editions?
show us some
Well, we've
games,
expanded
bro.
quite
We
a
don't
bit.
want
Now,
to
first,
hear
anyone who's
the
played Torchlight
developers.
1 and Torchlight 2 will be comfortable with the mechanics and how to play it and all. But we've expanded and let players make their own mark in the world itself. Like, you get a customized fort that you can decorate, that you can build things in. You can do things that benefit your whole account, and you can put things in there that are useful to other players. And other players will see your fort randomly out in the world.
I want to ask a little bit about the classes, because if you're an action RPG player, you may recognize something like a knight or a mage. But in Torchlight 3, we got the steam-powered robots. We have the rail master that can summon trains. Talk to me about not just
Junge,
what some
ja,
of the classes
Lasso,
that
das
players
kann-
can expect
das
are,
kann-
but
das
how do you
kann
even
wohl-
come up with this
wohl-
glorious
Das kann
stuff?
halt true sein.
Well, I think that
Bruder, ich
we've always wanted
warte
to
nur auf die
avoid going,
Ankündigung.
like, right
Mehr
down
will
the
ich doch nicht
main
hören.
street with our
Ich will nur
character classes.
Persona
We're trying to do
wissen.
something interesting. But
Ich
at
will-
the same
ich will
time,
gern
we
wissen, was
want
das
you to be able to
zweite
look at
Persona-Game
them and get a
ist,
sense
was auf
and get a kind of an
Steam quasi
intuitive
geleakt
sense
wurde,
of what
oder?
they do. And so we've applied that
Weil
here.
die meinten,
We've got some really fun
es gibt
characters,
doch
like you said,
irgendwie ein
the fully
Persona-Game.
robotic, steam-powered robot, and a guy that summons trains. But we've also got some other cool classes too: a sharpshooter and a dusk mage. And honestly, they all have new twists, and they're all pretty fun to play.
In terms of the game world itself, how specifically do the
Fucking
forts
dust
get integrated?
mage.
Like, what does it mean to stumble across someone else's fort as you're going through the world?
Well, between our gameplay levels, we have passages, and when you enter the passage, there will often be a waypoint there, but there will also be someone else's fort. So you will see some random person from the world's fort, and they will in turn see occasionally randomly your own fort. And
Okay.
it's definitely worth exploring their fort, because you can not only use things like the luck tree, but you can use their enchanting table and whatever recipes they've unlocked to enchant
Yo,
your own
that's
items.
kinda
So it's really
nice.
worthwhile for you to go check them out.
Yo, that's kind of
Pets were a big
nice.
part of the earlier Torchlight games. What type of pet-based entertainment can we expect?
We have expanded upon the pet system. It
Doggo.
does all the things you want. It fights alongside you. It sells,
Cat.
goes and takes your items back to town
Llama.
to sell. But we've introduced kind of a collection mechanic. So you can find pets out in the wild by defeating bosses and
stop.
make a whole stable of pets that you, of course, keep in your fort.
Now, Max, I know that the Torchlight series has an enormous fan base. For those who are looking to get their hands on Torchlight 3, where can they go and when can they play it?
Well, I'm very, very happy to announce that we are available on Steam right now in early access for $29.99. Go check it out. It's available right this minute.
Kommt's noch für Switch
Best
oder
kind of
so?
answer in the PC gaming
Man.
show. You can get it now. Once again, Max Schaefer from the Torchlight 3 team.
schwör
Thank you
dir,
so
Alter,
much
die
for joining us.
PC Gaming Show
Once
war
again,
einfach
go
nur
to
darum,
Steam right
Sachen
now to get your
und zu
hands on
Shadow
the
Drop
early access
oder auch
version
Early
of
Access
Torchlight 3.
zu
We're just getting started
fucking
here on the
announced.
PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up later, an exclusive look at the next game from DayZ creator Dean Hall, Blanco's Block Party, the first reveal of Sound Mind, and more. Back to you, Sean. Back to you, Sean.
Well, hey everyone, I hope you're having a great time. I know I am, and I know you
Das ist
want
doch
to tell
fucking-
me
ist
how
das
much
nicht
fun
Day
you're
9,
having,
Mann?
but don't shout. The walls are very thick in here.
What the
I
fuck?
can see you though if you use the PC Gaming Show
Junge,
hashtag
they fucked
on
up the
Twitter,
UI, bro.
Facebook, or the PC Gamer forums, or a Ouija board, or a Messenger Falcon, whatever is your desired form of communication. I'm sure you've been seeing many of those comments show up live in the show today.
Ach so.
And we want your hottest 280 character take that our merry moderators might just select to be on the show. For our next segment, it's time to head on over to Frankie Ward.
Elite Dangerous, the space simulation MMO from Frontier, has continued to evolve over the past 5 years. Set in a one-to-one recreation of our actual Milky Way galaxy, players forge their own path, build and break alliances, trade, fight and earn the rank of
Ich schwör, das fühlt sich alles wie fucking Nintendo Directs an. Das ist so insane.
Set to take a giant leap once more.
Pre-Alpha in-game footage in engine. So in-engine footage. This is Mass Effect at home. Star Fox. Persona 5. Star. This? Odyssey? Hey, Super Mario Odyssey DLC, guys. Steam, Xbox One, PS4. Okay, die zeigen unten auch andere Plattformen.
Joining me to talk about the next chapter of Elite Dangerous is Piers Jackson from Frontier Developments. Thanks so much for joining us, Piers.
Oh, you're welcome. It's good to be here.
Now, I have a lot of questions about the trailer we just saw, but I'm wondering if you can contextualize a little bit for those who haven't
Ist das eine
played
bekannte IP? Weil ich habe von Elite Dangerous noch nie was gehört, Alter.
Explaining what Elite Dangerous is to understand how big it is. We have created a title that's the most complete, authentic space simulation of any game out there, and it's just vast. It's the whole galaxy. You can explore it. You can take your own path.
I have never heard of
Elite
Dangerous in my
trader, a bounty hunter. You can
Bro,
do what you want. You can go where
Space
you want.
Citizen?
You can do your own thing, and it's that sort of freedom and the ability for people to tell their own story that I think makes Elite what it actually is.
Now, in all the streams that I've been following for Elite Dangerous, there's a lot of gameplay that happens in ships. There's a lot of focus on the economy and trading. In this trailer, though, we saw feet on the ground, which immediately makes me ask, what is it that we should expect? What should we glean from the trailer?
Oh, I think you've hit a nail on the head. Ultimately, the big new feature that we're looking to release here is the fact that you can now, for the very first time, set foot on our planets. We've created the last edition, really, in terms of going from space all the way down to the planet's surface. So now you can set foot, you can explore, you can interact with the environment. And we've taken the mission-based gameplay and the idea of forging your own path and creating your own experience that the space game has, and we've transposed that right down onto the planet. For the first time, you'll be able to access a whole kind of new planets, all ones with tenuous atmospheres. And obviously, you're going to be able to play this in multiplayer, so you'll be able to join up with your friends. You can experience the game from the ship, from an SRV, and finally from on foot.
In what way will this ground, walking on the planet component transform the existing aspects of Elite Dangerous?
I think it gives people a new set of experiences to have. We link all the way from ground to the buggies, the SRVs, all the way up to the spaceships. So that it becomes a holistic event. The design actually encapsulates the whole experience.
Oder gab es dazu
in
einen
terms of some of the
Kickstarter
other
oder irgendwie,
systems
weiß
that are
was
on the
ich?
planets or various resources or points of interest, what are some of those that might tie back to some of the gameplay that someone would be familiar with?
Gab's
So we have new planets that you can visit. You can visit old planets, and we have refreshed the visuals on them, so you can really set foot and be the first to actually make football on a new planet.
Now, Piers, I have a combo question for you. Elite Dangerous is available right now. Where can players go to play Elite Dangerous, and when can they expect the Odyssey update?
So you can join in with our community now, playing Elite Dangerous. Download it via Steam, or go to the Frontier store, or purchase it on console. We have many people playing it. In terms of Odyssey, you can expect to see that next year.
I hope you all enjoyed that conversation about Elite Dangerous. It's a treat to see the way the game is continuing to evolve. For our next title, we're going to be...
Sean, I'm sorry to interrupt, but our broadcast is being hijacked by another host.
Not again.
Hi there again, PC gamers. It's me, Greg Miller. Maybe you saw me host the Guerrilla Collective live stream earlier today.
Hauptsache, man sieht auch Guerrilla Collective da hinten. Damn, 2014.
Show back to its
Holy
usual host in a moment, but I couldn't let anyone else announce this next trailer, which is a game near and dear to my heart. Let's take a look.
Yo, let's go! HD graphics! Nice HD graphics. It's time to make history. Jo, stellt euch mal vor, das wäre nicht. Stellt euch mal vor, das wäre nicht geleakt worden, Mann. Oder halt, oh mein Gott, Bro, der Hype wäre in fucking insane.
Persona 4 Golden is a masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. The story, the action, the characters. This is something you have to go get right now. It's been awesome to see Atlas Games make their way onto the PC. I'm glad this one is finally here. Anyway,
Bro, now drop it on the Switch. Drop it on the Switch.
See you later, PC gamers.
Well, that was weird. I thought this live stream was supposed to be secure.
I'm analyzing the security breach now, Sean.
Bro, this is kinda cringe. Yo, Ted! What's good?
Well, all right then. While we get this sorted out, let's head on over to Frankie.
Our next trailer reveals an all-new psychological horror game coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X early next year. InSound Mind will challenge your expectations
Teddy took him, Keto. Teddy took him.
Of your psyche. It sounds like every night before I go to sleep, honestly.
Damn, Frankie, you need a brother.
The Living Tombstone. Courtesy of indie outfit We Create Stuff and publisher Modus Games, let's take a look at InSound Mind.
Alter, die hat richtig crazy Augen, fällt mir gerade auf. Holy shit. Später, Bruder, später.
They say fear is just a state
Nightmare House 2.
A locked door that traps you inside it.
Bro, this is a three
once you find
three spooky 5 me, Alter.
Fear will no longer exist. What a bunch of bullshit.
Yo, this is Yokai Slenderman. Er erinnert sehr stark an Henry. InSound Mind. Okay. Yokai watch PC boys.
Hey everyone,
what? Debut
I'm
demo?
producer at We Create Stuff.
Hey, I'm Chen, creative director.
Hey, Tombstone here.
We're the developers who brought you Nightmare House 2, and now we're back. We've partnered with Modus Games and The Living Tombstone, and we're working on a new indie horror game, InSound Mind.
Demo is now out on Steam. Let us know what you think.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So hey, DevBot, how did you get here today anyways?
Well, Sean, my sleep state was interrupted when I realized I was late to this year's PC gaming show, so naturally, I panicked. I had to improvise about how to reach our undisclosed broadcasting location before you began the show. I tried some back roads in the desert.
Bro, why?
I am not an all-terrain vehicle, it was discovered.
Just show us games. RIP.
I tried to hitchhike.
Bruder, mit Corona darfst du noch nicht. Corona unterwegs, du darfst nicht hitchhiken.
But ever since the 1991 documentary Terminator 2, no one in Los Angeles trusts robots. At that point, I was already right outside our secret location.
Cool. Hey, let's take a look at our next trailer.
Airborne Kingdom loading.
Wandering Band. Fliegt man nur rum? Was ist das, Alter? Dieser Chihiros Reise ins Zauberland oder was? Oder Howlings Flying Castle? Airborne Kingdom. Ja, man, Regen.
You might be surprised to know that I enjoy real-time strategy games, and that's why I'm excited for our next trailer. It's Dwarfheim, a cooperative RTS, where up to 3 players can split up the work of building, mining, and fighting, working together to build defenses, machinery, and traps, train armies to fend off deadly trolls and rival clans. The Dwarfheim demo is live right now on Steam. Let's
What the fuck? Wie viele Demos hauen die raus?
Ever since the fall, dwarven clans live scattered across Agartha. They toil every
Yo, is this
day
Age
in
of
the dark
Empires,
and
Alter?
light. They try to protect what little they have from rival clans and the vile creatures that roam these lands. Your clan needs you now, chieftains, to lead your people. Choose your classes, guide your builders and miners to expand your kingdom, or take up arms with your warriors to protect our town halls and conquer your enemies.
Ein RTS in 2020 machen ist halt auch schon, ist gewagt, Alter.
To Dwarfheim.
Coop RTS?
Thanks, Sean. And now let's take a look at the lineup of games and game updates coming from indie publisher New Blood Interactive.
World exclusive. Oh fuck, sorry. What the fuck? Achso, das ist so. Achso, das ist so Oldschool Doom-mäßig. Jo, ist es Koop? RTX on. Ente, was für dich? Einfach ab aus der RTX. Ey. Yo! Das hat sich angehört wie GoldenEye 007, Alter. Holy. 16 Player Co-op? Yo, you wanna try this out, guys? 16 player, free to play. Valorant is gone. New Blood? Epic Games? Oder wo? Das ist nicht bei Epic. New Blood from Games, okay.
That's quite a lineup from New Blood, and with us now is the new
Wait, waren das mehrere Spiele? Oder war das ein Spiel? I didn't understand shit.
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, right? I mean, some guys come out here, they show like some cinematic trailer and then tell you it's coming out in a year. We got 6 games and you can play all of them
right now.
We couldn't afford to do cinematic
Das waren 6 Spiele?
right? So yeah, Dusk, now with mods, check them out at duskmods.com. There's all kinds of crazy a Medieval, now with RTX. DLSS 2.0 is coming. Maximum action, new levels are coming, new features, new guns. Unfortunate Spaceman is now completely free to play. F it, why not? Check that one out. 16-player co-op. It's crazy. It's like The Thing in space. Faith, of course. If you don't know about Faith.
Ach so, das war Spaceman war das
retro
Co-op
shooter with style. If you like games
Bro,
like
I
Devil
swear,
May Cry
I thought this
and
was all one game.
That's what that's about. And then of course Gloomwood. If you like games like Thief, System Shock, Resident Evil, then I think Gloomwood is definitely the game for you.
Where can we go to learn more?
So you can check out Dusk at notfortnite.com, Medieval at I can't believe it's not Hexen.com, Maximum Action.
Bro, I like this guy. I like this guy.
Unfortunate Spaceman at deaderspace.com. That's dead ER space.
I like this guy, bro. I fucking like these
at
guys.
GaryLovesYou.com. Ultra Kill at DevilMayQuake.com, and then of course Gloomwood
Bro,
at BeefWithGuns.com. Yeah, that's all we got. 6 games, you can play them.
Bro, I like these guys, bro. I fucking like these guys.
Thanks, Dave. Let's see what Frankie has for
Not
us.
Fortnite, Alter.
Thank you, Sean. Now tell me, PC gamers, have you ever wanted to rewrite history? Not your browser history.
Ist wirklich, das ist einfach so richtig geil, richtig geile Promo.
Something grander, like discovering America, mastering flight, or inventing the computer a couple of 100 years earlier. Humankind is an upcoming historical strategy game where you'll be combining up to 60 different cultures to create a civilization that's as unique as you are. And as with all of their previous titles, Amplitude is asking the community to participate in the development of Humankind to help make it the best game that it can be.
Yo, this game is fucking relevant.
PC gamers
Wegen
to
Black
help
Lives
build
Matter.
this worldly game.
Yo, Regen, was good? Amplitude, genau. So. Okay. The music though. Das ist absolut nichts für mich. Das ist halt absolut not Fortnite Reaction heißt. Das ist halt absolut nichts für mich, aber für die Leute, die es so Civilization mögen, ist wahrscheinlich. Yo, Regen, chill! Sega!
Well, you heard the trailer. You need to go to opendev.gamestogether.com so you can be one of the very first humans to get your hands on Humankind, Amplitude Studios' upcoming historical strategy game. And now for something a little different, why don't you join me in my chambers? Come on. Come on.
Wir können deinen Regen hören, let's go! Ja, ich wollte auch gerade Fenster
Of all the
zumachen.
subcultures and communities that make PC gaming, modders have arguably had the biggest impact. My next guest is Dean Hall, a designer who started out as a modder and
Daisy guy.
eventually helped lay the foundation for two of the most popular genres on PC, survival and battle royale. Let's take a look at the next game from Rocketworks revealed here on the PC Gaming Show. It's Icarus.
Bro, ich muss mal gleich wieder die Webseiten angucken in dem Clip, Alter, damit ich weiß, wie das Koop-Game heißt. 16-Mann Koop, Alter. Icarus. Okay. Another survival game? Bro, die Animationen sehen aus wie fucking Pokémon-Animationen, Alter. I don't know. Ich kann auch keine Space Games mehr sehen, Mann. Yo, this brother died. Survive Icarus, okay?
Joining me to talk about Icarus is Dean Hall. Dean, thanks so much for joining us.
Daisy!
Awesome, it's great to be here.
Deswegen sieht's aus wie 2004. Weil es fucking
What makes Icarus
Daisy-Typ ist.
Survival titles?
Well, I think if you think about your first hour in Daisy, your first hour in Minecraft, really what we're trying to do is capture that and then basically build a game where you can do that over a long period of time and you can progress through the survival experience. So it was really getting back to the roots of what
guck dir mal an, wo der lebt, Alter. Der Typ hat genug Geld gemacht mit fucking Daisy. Guck dir mal an, Alter. Guck dir mal seinen Ausblick hinten an. Der Pisskopf.
Just walk me through like the basic loop. If I just open up the game, do I start out on the ship itself?
If you think about the
Guck dir mal seine Aussicht an, Alter, von seiner Wohnung. Dem geht's gut. Wir müssen ihm keine Spiele mehr, wir müssen seine Spiele nicht mehr kaufen, Alter.
And the
Look at this
challenge of the game, and the way to fail it, I guess, is to run out of time on the drop.
Let's say I'm on a 30-minute mission. I have a particular resource I've set out to snatch up. How does the gameplay of that 30-minute period differ from other survival games?
I suppose there were three key things that I felt needed to be addressed before I made another survival game. The first was the ability to scale. By breaking your experience over months and years into sessions, that allowed us to address scale. So you still can do all the things that you do in a normal survival game, building bridges, roads, all those kinds of things. But you're doing it with a medium-term focus. The second was pacing and clear direction, which is helped very much by the structure that we're putting around the session. And the last one is really focusing in on those core survival mechanics, which I really feel is the whole reason that survival as a genre connects so emotionally with players.
I guess I was a little surprised to hear that there are 20-minute drops as well as multi-day drops. What are the sort of time ranges we're looking at? Are there different like categories and tiers of drop length?
Yeah, so it really depends on your level as you progress through the game. So early on, we're really just introducing you to more safe environments. So say a daytime drop that only lasts 20 minutes. You're only going to be facing the game during the day. As you progress on, you can take on and get access to prospects that have much longer drop windows, but that means you're getting a cycle of day-night. And night, particularly for most of our biomes, is definitely the most dangerous.
I want to ask a little bit about what failure means in Icarus. I mean, in the trailer there was someone that fell down and you just ominously talked about the dangers of being left behind on the planet. What happens if you
Junge, Lasso, dem geht's gut,
die on the planet?
Der hat so viel Geld gemacht mit Daisy und Daisy wurde nie fertiggestellt. Hat fürs Leben ausgesorgt, deswegen zeigt uns den Hintergrund.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, there's a certain charm to that. But I think if we look about
charm, I like your use of the word charm there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like there definitely is. But I think with Icarus, we've chosen one failure state. If you run out of time on your drop, that character and all its equipment is gone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make that terrifying, and that's why our tagline is "There are worse fates than death." So it's getting left behind. If you miss your rendezvous window with the orbital station, then that's it. Everything that you've deployed on there, your character and all that progression of that character and all that equipment is just gone. And that's our one failure state.
Bro, can you please go to the next game?
If you get attacked by this particular animal and damaged, someone can heal you. But if you run out of time, it's over.
I'm curious, I mean, there's so many elements. There's so much ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ. Other
talk to him, Day9. Talk to him.
Those people that you're committed to Icarus.
Well, I think a big thing for me is Bohemia was an existing company, and I definitely felt like
this guy is fucking lying. He took the money and dipped, bro.
And they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio, but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure. The solution there was to make sure it wasn't just a Dean Hall game, but it was a game built by incredibly skilled people. And we managed to assemble, I think, definitely one of the best teams I've ever worked with.
Das Game sieht nicht aus wie ein 2020-Game, bin ich ehrlich.
Through to a technical and production team as well.
Well, I know there's a ton of people that are interested in my very next question, my favorite question.
Ich hate nicht
When
also.
can people get the opportunity to play Icarus?
That is a good question. So we're looking at sometime next year. Our development is very advanced at this point.
Icarus sieht nicht aus wie ein Game für 20.
So,
für
we're making the game
2021
free to play
sogar.
because we want to maximize the number of people that play it. And we're acutely aware a number of our former staff are ex-Grinding Gear Games who made Path of Exile, very talented in the free-to-play area. So we're very cognizant of how much content we need to provide gamers. So at the moment, we're really sort of heading into that.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for taking the time to
Der
talk
auch
to
Englisch
us.
spricht, ne?
Awesome.
Junge,
Really
das,
appreciate it.
I don't
Thank
know,
you.
was das für ein
Once
Akzent
again,
oder
that was
Dialekt
Dean
ist.
Hall
Boy.
from Rocket Works for the upcoming survival game Icarus. For our
Dankeschön.
next game, let's head to Frankie.
When you're an evil
Sie hat einen Hasen.
villain, it's important to have your own sense of style. What? Evil Cat Psychics are so 2019. Evil Genius 2 asks players the question, how would you
Ach, der ist ein
design a
Hamster, ne?
supervillain
Oder bin ich dumm?
fortress?
Oder Meerschweinchen?
Would you build a pool filled with laser
Das
sharks?
ist ein Meerschweinchen,
or would
yeah.
you
I
just
know,
give
bro.
all the home appliances
Bitch,
RGB
I just
logo?
said, I saw
Here's
frame
the
1 and
world-exclusive
shouted something
first
out, bro.
gameplay footage of Evil
Ich hab's halt
Genius
gesehen,
2.
im ersten Moment dachte ich, okay, das ist ein Hase. Aber dann habe ich länger drauf geguckt und habe ich gesehen, das ist ein Meerschweinchen. Junge, das war einfach nur so He donated it. Man. Biologie 100 ist da. Ist das Team? Bro, what? Yo, Terraria? Von oben oder was? What do you mean, du laberst? Bro, ich hab einfach Hase gesagt. Und dann habe ich länger drauf geguckt und dann habe ich gesehen, das Meerschweinchen. Bro, what is this? Wait, sind das... Ach, du brauchst deine eigene Schuhe. Natürlich hat der Schwarze einen Afro. Black Lives Matter hat euch nichts beigebracht, ne? Trash-ass Game, Alter. Stupid. Junge, er dachte, er wäre King Arthur, Alter. Holte einfach das Schwert. Holte einfach... Junge, Gitter. Redacted. Wenn jetzt Step 8 kommt mit Profit, dreimal Fragezeichen, ne? Ich schwör dir. Yo, ihr sagt, ja, klipp doch direkt alles, Alter. Klipp doch direkt mein Leben, Junge.
We are about to see the first official gameplay footage for Godfall on PC. Counterplay Games is going to give us a guided tour of the battle for Aperion. And keen observers will notice that this is running in Unreal Engine 5.
Klipp doch mein ganzes Leben,
That's why those shiny sets of armor look oh so gorgeous. You can go on over to the Epic Games Store and wishlist it now, or get more information on Godfall before it releases this holiday season.
Imagine
But for
using
now,
Epic Games Store.
Let's take a look.
Godfall? Yo, I thought this was a PS5 game. What the fuck? Yo, that's kinda lit.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, We are very excited to share gameplay with you today.
Es war nur ein Trailer mit der Musik halt, ne? Mehr haben die nicht gezeigt.
Please enjoy. Godfall is still in development, so some things will change and improve in the final product, including visuals and performance. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire.
Yo, The Last Airbender, let's go!
A godlike warrior able to equip Valor Plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into unstoppable masters of melee.
Hießen die Waffen Valorant?
As you adventure,
hab ich das gerade richtig gehört?
You'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient Valor Plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall. First, our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a whole new genre, the slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven.
Das ist halt, dieser Aspekt von Monster Hunter ist halt ziemlich geil, dass es halt gear-driven ist und Skill halt, skill-driven. Nur, dass du halt nicht gegen ein riesiges Monster kämpfst, sondern gegen halt eine Welle von Gegnern.
A tougher challenge which we'll have to leave for another day. Please check out the Godfall channels on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Bro, I thought this was exclusive.
Thank you so much for taking a look at Godfall, and we'll be showing you more soon.
Damn.
Now next up, when PC gamers think of iconic first-person shooters, they think of games like Doom, Quake, and Duke Nukem. Our next trailer shows a project that celebrates the proud heritage of sci-fi FPSs while taking advantage of some very modern visual effects, like glorious enemy dismemberment. From Bounding Box Software and Humble Publishing, this is Proteus.
What? I have never ever heard of that game in my life. Die Gegner sind voll High Definition und der Rest alles so pixelig. Haha, wie clean. Yo, Metroid Noise, let's go! Bro, Laszlo, guck bitte weg, ich will nicht, dass du epileptischen Anfall kriegst, Bruder. Ja, yeah, sieht nicht bad aus. Das sieht auch nicht bad aus. Proteus? America's Fall 2020. Achso, Humble Games, ja nice. Humble. Fate Tactics? Okay. Das kommt doch aber auch locker auch für die Switch, oder? Das ist auch ein Game prädestiniert für die Switch. Kannst du mir nicht erklären. Ist Modern im Chat? Ich glaube nicht, ne? Ja, es ist halt Final Fantasy Tactics. Das sieht danach aus. Ich habe halt nie Tactics gespielt, deswegen. Unleash Devastating Combos? Sieht keiner nice aus. Sieht auf jeden Fall nicht schlecht aus. Es ist halt Tactics, ne? Es ist halt ein Tactics-Game. Muss man halt mögen. Ist nicht so meins.
I love the look of that last one. Fate Tactics is set to scratch that isometric combat itch that I know a lot of us have been feeling ever since we played Final Fantasy Tactics back in the 90s. Alright, but we're not done with Humble Games yet. Their lineup, as it turns out, isn't all that humble. We're going to take a look at 2 more games from them.
Yeah,
Project Wingman, a jet fighter game featuring RPG elements and VR support. And rounding things out is Carto from Sunhead Games, a gorgeous top-down puzzler. Let's take a look.
What the fuck? This lady must be my wife. What the fuck? Don't you know how your wife look, bro? Auf jeden Fall cute. Aber ist definitiv nichts für mich. Absolut nichts. Carto. Also Artstyle sieht nice aus, aber nichts für mich. Yo, Flight Simulator? PS1 ist gerade.
Good work, Hitman team. Return to base.
Hey, Devbot, have you ever wondered what Gordon Freeman's voicemail message sounds like?
Sean, that is an intriguing inquiry. However, something is wrong. I'm receiving an external transmission.
Why does this keep happening, Devbot? What's with the security? Have you upgraded to Service Pack 2?
Persona 3 jetzt! Let's go, nein, ich weiß, das ist... Hallo.
Greetings, PC Gaming Show. It is I, your supreme leader, Kane.
Command & Conquer?
I am commandeering this broadcast to deliver an important mission briefing.
This is Command & Conquer!
GDI base marked at these coordinates. This is a strategically significant I'm just kidding, it's me, Joe Coogan! And I can take over this broadcast because I do what I want. Look, you know Command & Conquer has been a major part of your life.
Achso, das kam schon raus.
The Command & Conquer Remastered Collection recently launched for PC, and it is an awesome way to relive this classic
Achso, okay,
with a bunch of new bells and whistles. I mean, who doesn't like 4K graphics, quick matches in multiplayer, or modding, am I right? I personally want to send a big shout out to all you PC gamers who have kept the legacy of Kane alive over these last 25 years. I mean, I live in death, I guess. Thanks for letting me interrupt, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. For the glory of Nod!
Ehre!
Tell me, PC gamers, do you have any rare action figures? Perhaps you're one of the lucky owners of an out-of-print collectible, something you'd never trade away in a million years.
Ja, ein Amiibo.
Our next game is a celebration of toys and art. On its surface, a game about collecting, customizing, and trading, but it's also a highly social playground.
Habt ihr gesehen, war der Spy von Team Fortress 2 im Hintergrund.
Hang out, play mini games, and create together. This is Blanco's Block Party.
World exclusive.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks.
Bro, is this Nintendo World for PC? This is fucking Nintendo Land for PC.
Where you can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules. And all your friends can come and play. Like this one here. Yep, them too.
Bro, what the fuck?
I don't know what that dude is, but he is cool. What? They're all toys?
He did a Fortnite dance.
I can actually play with them and own them all. That's f***ing sweet. But you see, this place isn't a legend at all. It's a party.
Here to bring us the inside look at Blanco's Block Party is Jamie Jackson from Mythical. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
I don't know.
I would love if you could just address what is Blancos?
Blancos is a game about vinyl toys kind of coming to life and where they go when a human leaves the room. But it's also more than just a game. It's a place for content creators and gamers and collectors to come together and hang out and build the worlds and games that they really want to play in. And you can have as many as your friends come and hang out with you as you want. But you could also drop the toys in. So the first toy you can play with is one called it's a shooting mechanic. We got like a unicorn rocket launcher that fires ice creams. We got like a cactus grenade launcher that fires these little cactus balls. So it's all about kind of like arcade fun shooter stuff. And you can set that up as a team shooter. You could have squads. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. You can even just have
e-sport, baby.
Some other stuff we drop in is race toys. So you could just do point to point. You could build this super sweet like platformer and just go A to B. You could do laps. And then another one is, because Blancos, they all survive on good vibes. That's kind of what powers them. So another one you could do is actually just a vibe collection. And what's kind of
vibe collection? That's my collection, bro.
So you could build a race, and then you could drop some guns in it, and it can be a race, but you can pick up guns on the way and try and knock each other out.
So you have these huge flexible tools, this community focus. We've also seen in games like Fortnite these in-game events. Are these the kinds of things that you
it's
think
2020.
Fortnite
doesn't need to exist anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we felt that from the beginning of development, that Blancos wasn't just this place for players to go and build and create their own worlds, but it was a place for us to be able to share with them different content, whether that's a music concert, whether it's a movie trailer, whether it's something no one's seen yet. But absolutely, that we're definitely thinking about that kind of stuff.
Well, talk to me about the number of different designs. Like, where are these designs coming from? How many are there?
We're not talking about numbers in season 1 just yet, but we are talking about the artists. So we're really stoked we've been able to work with some of my favorites that I've been buying the vinyl toys of over the years. So John Paul Kaiser is a great artist from the UK. I ended up buying some of his toys in New York about 6 years ago, and now we get to work together and bring his toys to life in the game, which has been great fun. James Groman, who I think just kind of really epitomizes vinyl toy design, just those clean vector-based lines. And one of my personal favorites is Pete Fowler, who for me was kind of one of the grandfathers of vinyl toy design.
I know people are going to want more information. They're going to want to know when they can play Blancos, when they can see more. Where do they go for that?
If you want to keep just up to date with things, go and check out blancos.com. You can register.
Alter, Persona 4 has already reached the top of the top sellers chart on Steam, Junge. Holy shit.
End of the year, so not too far away now, but we're also going to be starting to look for our beta at some point soon as well. So if you get registered, we might be able to get you in there.
Jamie,
why, Keaton?
Thank you so much.
I mean, I kind of appreciate it, but
once again, the name of the
bro,
game
Makoto
isn't
that thick, bro. Stop.
Let's take a look at what's coming up next at this year's
Makoto
PC
ain't that
Gaming
thick.
Show.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show, presented by PC Gamer. Stay tuned for more trailers, announcements, and footage. Coming up later, we celebrate the 20th anniversary of A Total War. What's next in Escape from Tarkov? The reveal of horror strategy game Rogue Lords, and more. Back to you, Frankie.
The PC is the birthplace of space flight action games, and our next project, Everspace 2, expands on that tradition with its gorgeous handcrafted universe. The focus here is on exploration and dogfighting, with alien species standing in the way of outfitting your
Persona
ship
4
with
Gold
unique
trended.
modules, weapons,
Let's go.
and devices. And as we're about to see in this next trailer, combat won't just take place in the cold vacuum of space,
Erstmal
but
mitgemacht,
also
Keaton.
the
Let's go.
atmospheres of planets themselves. Here's Everspace 2.
Unreale Engine. Yo, how many fucking space games is there, bro? Ich hol mir was zu trinken, Guys. So, wieder da. Das haben die gerade nicht gebracht, oder? Ich habe mich verguckt, oder? Er hat literally den Hasen angeschissen. Er hat literally den Hasen angeschissen. Inculinati.
PC gamers, I'm sure you'll agree. If a horse shows up at your door and you don't remember ordering a horse, it's probably best to keep the door shut. One of the coolest things about a Total War Saga Troy, the next game from Creative Assembly, is that it will enable players to experience multiple different versions of how the iconic battle went down, including several explanations for what that mythical horse actually was. I'll get the door while you watch the latest trailer.
Peggy 16.
Oh, silver-tongued Odysseus. There is a
that Civ?
response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is...
I think this is Civ, right?
In Total War Saga Troy,
Total War.
rewrite the events of one of the greatest conflicts ever told, the Trojan War.
Nice,
As
David.
Odysseus besieged the legendary city of Troy in 3 ingenious and equally devastating ways, all based around prominent theories from throughout the ages as to what the iconic Trojan horse really resembled.
The walls of this city may appear to be mighty, but no defenses are impregnable.
Using gargantuan siege towers, take the fight to the walls. Slaughter the Trojans atop and force them back into their pitiful city.
The enemy are unaware of your presence. Position your troops to retain your advantage once the attack begins.
Sneak troops into the city in a vast, horse-headed vessel fit for the gods. Under the cloak of darkness, use guerrilla tactics to sabotage the unbreachable city gates, leaving the Trojan warriors defenseless, allowing the Achaean soldiers to begin razing the city to the ground.
Their walls have been breached.
Even the greatest
will ja nicht der
defenses
Typ
cannot
sein, aber-
stand against nature's might. In a land
Next
ravaged
game.
by earthquakes, patience is rewarded. Send your troops forward. Troy is yours for the taking. Myth meets history in a war
Bro,
that
I
will
couldn't
define
fucking
the
care
ages.
less.
Experience the legend of Troy this summer.
Victory will make you immortal.
Sure, I fucking sleep.
That was a Total War Saga Troy, which we'll get to play in 2021. And hey, speaking of sneaking in big surprises, a master of segue. This year, we've teamed up with Intel to build a legendary custom computer inspired by art, weaponry, and the artifacts found in the game. DevBob, I understand you know your way around a computer, right?
Affirmative. Sean, I have a soft spot for bronze.
Oh, merci.
Well, great. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit
Keep
more?
watching Spike.
Can do, Sean.
Merci.
Behold, PC gamers. This build is centered around Intel's CPU, the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor. This 10-core flagship CPU is built for maximum game performance and overclocking, especially useful in epic strategy games like a Total War Saga Troy. The build also features a top-of-the-line GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Also on the Asus motherboard are a spacious 4 terabytes of fast storage and 128 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. The unit is powered by a platinum-certified Corsair 1200 watt power supply, and temperatures are kept at a nominal level thanks to 9 RGB.
Auf jeden Fall gutes Reservoir, Alter. Für das Wasser.
The copper tubing is not only effective at heat conduction, but, according to my readings, aesthetically pleasing. Is this what you humans call love?
Keton.
PCs are
Wenn du
more
mal mehr
than
als 2
specs.
Chrome-Tabs aufnehmen haben willst, dann brauchst du 128 GB RAM. Das weiß doch jeder.
To show you every step of that process. For this build, we enlisted a master craftsman, Brian Carter, a PC modder with over a decade and a half of experience. PC Gamer and Intel have created a 4-part series following Brian as he created this epic artifact. DevBot, cue it up!
Hey, my name is Brian Carter, and I've been building custom PC mods for over 16 years. I'm working with Intel and a Total War Saga Troy on a very special custom PC project that we're thrilled to debut at the PC Gaming Show. Join me in a 4-part video series as I take you through each stage of the Scratch build process. We begin with the inspiration and design phase, where we figure out how to take the amazing design assets from a Total War Saga Troy and functionalize them to house our best-in-class components, like the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor. Then I'll show you how I assemble, finish, and test this one-of-a-kind PC. A big thank you to Intel and Creative Assembly for letting me work on this incredibly fun and challenging project. I hope you like it.
Oh, it looks so good, and I have some good news. Episode 1 is available now, and I have even better news. You can win this PC from DevBot's loving clutches. Head on over to pcgamer.com/IntelPC to learn more and enter for a chance to win. And with that, it's time to return to more PC Gaming Show action with the fantastic Frankie.
Last year, Remnant from the Ashes challenged gamers to take on monstrous creatures in a post-apocalyptic world. Today, we're excited to announce the biggest update yet for the game, upcoming DLC that will conclude this thrilling saga. The fate of humankind is at stake. It's time to bring an end to the root once and for all. This is the world reveal of Remnant from the Ashes, Subject 2923, available August 20th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Man, where my Switch games at? Ich will doch Switch Games sehen, Mann.
Hope is what makes us human.
Ja, jetzt wo du sagst, Lasso, ist ein bisschen Emilia Clarke ist schon in der drin.
But the root have another gate somewhere. Another hole we have to plug in our sinking civilization. Maybe the root's not the only thing we need to worry about.
Yo! It's a big motherfucker! Ist so, Alter, wann revealen die Minecraft Steve für Smash? Damn, that's a big ass red!
The new Remnant from the Ashes content looks fantastic. And you know what else is fantastic? Hearing the opinions of strangers from the internet. Nothing makes my day as much as hearing what's inside your mind. So please use hashtag PC Gaming Show on whatever your platform of preference may be, and you just might have your comments show up live on the show. Now for our next title, we have to look at classic remasters. Capcom has been updating the original Resident Evil games, and in the same vein, 2K is now updating Mafia. The original Mafia trilogy is getting a full definitive edition remaster, with the original games, the 2002 Mafia, getting a full ground-up remake with 4K support. We got a brand new trailer for you. So let's take a look at Lost Heaven 2 decades later.
Hey, Tommy, Detective Norman. How long you been in town? 3 years.
Habt ihr gelesen, was unten stand? Not actual gameplay.
Managing a Morello case.
Yeah, down.
Right out of
CG trailer.
That's what the paper says, ain't it? And what's it to you? Case must be getting pretty cold by now. Or you got something might warm it up? Yeah, I might have something.
What do they call you, son?
Thomas. Thomas Angelo, sir.
Kann jetzt laut werden. Wegen Blitz. Okay, doch nicht.
Man, DevBot, after a beautiful trailer like that, I gotta know, do you have any contacts in the Mafia?
Sean, I have left that life behind me. I am programmed not to form relationships with organized crime. However, I can call one of the developers of Mafia Definitive Edition.
Well, fantastic. Let's ring him up, DevBot. Joining me to talk about Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13. It is Hayden Blackman. Hayden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So for people who haven't played the original Mafia, which is a 2002 release, talk to us about this game.
Mafia, the Definitive Edition, is a complete ground-up remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in Mafia, you take on the role of Tommy Angelo, who is a cab driver that falls in with the mob during the 1930s, actually during the height of Prohibition, in a city called Lost Heaven, which is loosely based on Chicago. And as a member of the Salieri crime family, he really gets embroiled in a war with the Morello crime family. And you kind of explore that story in Tommy's evolution from cab driver to respected member of the Mafia.
I feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen HD editions, remasters that are more graphical updates, but my understanding is that this is far more than just a new coat of paint on a game from 2002. Talk to me about what a remake means.
Everything was rebuilt, so every asset, every cinematic was reshot, and all the gameplay was completely redone. Now, we've kept all the same big beats from the original game. The story is the same for the most part. All the big plot points are there. All the missions are there and represented. But again, everything was completely rebuilt from the ground up in order to kind of meet the expectations of today's gamers and take advantage of today's technology.
The location in pretty much every open world game is a central character. In 2002, we have seen a ton of gameplay changes between then and now, 2020. Can you talk a little bit about some of the ways you've updated the open world setting and maybe some of the new mechanics that players can expect?
So we do that a number of different ways. You know, one, we looked at how populated can we make it, and we took some of the kind of world interactions and some of the things that we did with, crowds and non-player characters and other kind of city life from Mafia 3 and put them into Mafia the Definitive Edition. But we also looked at, are there ways for us to kind of redesign the city so it's more fun to drive around? Do we need to widen the streets? Do we need to make sure that there's not as many 90-degree turns so that you can kind of coast around corners? And as we capture the feel of the vehicles, are there things that we want to do to make sure that the roads have grip or they're slick in the rain? And so that I think brought a lot of life to it as well, because most of the way that you engage with the city is through driving.
I mean, speaking of rebuilding things from the ground up, I gotta ask you about the cinematics. I mean, they looked gorgeous in the trailer. Yeah. And I mean, what was the process of rebuilding all of those cinematics?
For us, it was really, how do we recreate these? Again, taking advantage of some of the cutting edge stuff that we've been doing at Hangar 13. So, we have, really great facial scanning and likeness capture technology, a state-of-the-art mocap facility. So we really wanted to take advantage of that for, the Definitive Edition. So we did go in and we rewrote all the cinematics, again, to add some of that language and add some of that character development and maybe some of that clarity that we were going for without losing the essence of each moment.
Well, now it's time for my favorite question.
Yeah.
When can we play Mafia Definitive Edition, and where can people go right now to learn more?
Sure. So we are looking at an August 28th launch date, and we still, have a ways to go, and we're working on that kind of final polish push right now. But I'm really confident, really bullish in that date right now. If you want more information, you can go to mafiagame.com. After
seeing the trailer, I personally am hyped, Hayden. Thank you so much for joining us at this year's PC Gaming Show. Once again, mafiagame.com. For our next title, it's time to head on over to Frankie.
Discord labern, okay.
Sean, next up, it's one of those games that looks so pretty, we just have to show it to you.
No!
What Slay the Spire might be like with Tim
Bro, I can't!
Well, Road Lords
could
be the answer. It's being developed by Cyanide and Leica Studios.
Ich hoffe, Atlus sieht, dass die Leute einfach Persona wollen. Und dann denken die, ja, Persona ist erfolgreich auf PC, wir können das auch auf Switch und so hauen. Und dann hauen die das auch auf Switch. Alter, in 2 Stunden, das ist doch insane.
And we've got a brand new gameplay trailer.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this exclusive gameplay reveal of our new title, Rogue Lords. Development is moving forward, and we are very excited to share some in-game
Bro, what is this? What is this
combat
shit?
mechanics for the very first time.
Devil mode?
Rogue Lords is a rogue-like game where you play
roguelike.
as the devil.
Nothing
you have to
for
build
me.
your team with
Oh mein
weapons
Gott,
of
das ist auch noch so ein Visual
then
Novel shit.
runs through
Ah, no,
multiple
never mind.
events and fights. After a terrible defeat years ago, you're finally coming back with your most faithful disciples to wreak havoc and terror in a world unbalanced after your long absence. The combat is turn-based and strategic. You will need to build your set of skills through your run.
Alter, die arme Vita, Alter.
Analyze your enemy's
Die
next
arme
attack,
fucking
and create
Vita, bro.
combos to secure victory.
Yeah.
Every skill costs action
Looks
points.
like Darkest Dungeon.
Think how to make the best of them each turn. When one of your disciples becomes vulnerable, your own health bar is exposed, which is persistent during the entire run. If your health is reduced to 0, your run is finished. In Rogue Lords, you are the devil, so you don't have to play by the same rules as mortals. When the situation becomes tricky, you can use souls to play with the interface and change an enemy health bar, for example. This is an expensive trick to use, but very powerful and useful in the most difficult fights. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more info coming soon. See you next time.
Wait,
If you're
stand
a
da
big
Switch?
fan of roguelikes, you know they're known for two things: procedurally generated worlds and permadeath. Our next game, Unexplored 2, puts an interesting twist on these ideas. What if your character's demise changed the game world itself, altering it for all of your future playthroughs? From developer Ludomotion and publisher Big Sugar, this is Unexplored 2: The Wayfarer's Legacy.
One called upon to be the next Wayfarer.
Bro, can they release a banger, bro?
One tasked to take your place in a long line of heroes.
Ich will mal aus den Socken gehauen werden, Alter.
When challenged to forge your legacy out of strife, hardship, and magic, will you be victorious? This is our world. It is your burden.
Ich hoffe, Bangers at the end,
From
Alter.
beyond the gate into the first valley, there is no
Die haben halt Persona einfach am Anfang rausgehauen, Alter.
ready.
The latest update for Dauntless is the most ambitious chapter yet for this online free-to-play RPG.
Bro, miss me with
In Call of
Fortnite
the
Monster
Void, players
Hunter, man.
unravel a mystery surrounding an ancient civilization, culminating in a showdown with a new otherworldly behemoth. And as a nice little bonus, if you go to playdauntless.com right now and use the code PCGamingShow2020, you can get some free in-game rewards. Nice. Let's take a closer look at this update that's available
Yo,
now in
Behemoth
Dauntless.
kommt in
This
Dauntless,
is
guys.
Call of the Void.
Habt ihr Bock? Behemoth, extrem Behemoth. Bro, this shit wanna be Fortnite so fucking bad. Kezu! Spaß. Bro, what is this worm thing? Ist einfach ein Wurm! I don't understand. Ey, yo, Ente, hast du Bock? Lass mal grind. Ey, yo, Noise. Bro.
There's still more games to come on the PC Gaming Show. Here's what's around the corner. Take a closer look at Blightbound, the new action RPG from Devolver. A special collection of exciting independent games coming to PC.
Okay.
Back to you, Frankie.
There aren't many
Hello,
games
hi,
about
Frankie.
being in nature, which is why Among Trees caught my eye. In this first-person survival sandbox, you get to explore a colourful, breathing world that's full to the brim with life. Just don't go wandering around like Snow White. Wild, deadly beasts share this painted world with you, and you'll want to move carefully to avoid their bitey bits.
Produced by a 3-person team out of Sweden, this project demonstrates the creative power of independent creators on PC.
Bro, if this... I mean, this shit beautiful. Can't front, this shit beautiful. Die Visuals sind auf jeden Fall nice, man. Another Minecraft. More Minecraft. Ich hätte jetzt nie gedacht, dass Survive da kommt. Ein Bär.
Now, if you're like me, you've drunk your fair share of potions in video games over the years. But you've probably
I
never
swear,
considered
ich
the
dachte, die
business
sagt was
side of these
anderes,
magical
Alter.
elixirs.
Bro, I can't.
In Potionnomics, you're a witch who must save her potion shop from the clutches of greedy loan sharks, bartering and haggling with a slew of demanding customers. Let's take a closer look at this unique fantasy concept.
Wenn das overcooked ist. Potion. Ansag. Bro, I fucking can't. What is this? Jetzt kommt einfach niemand rein. Bro, I swear, this is not a game for me, boy. This is not a game for me, dog.
We spend a lot of time in video games fixated on finding the best, the most powerful gear. But in our next game, Mortal Shell, things are a little different. You aren't scouring a dungeon looking for a +1 sword. You're exploring a shattered world for the remains of defeated warriors that you then possess like a ghost. These are the Mortal Shells, and they're much more than mere pieces of armor and stats. Each one has a complicated backstory, a playstyle, and an identity that might give you mixed feelings about the body you're occupying. Coming later this year exclusively to the Epic Games Store on PC, let's take a look at this gorgeous and brutal action game, Mortal Shell.
I foresaw this. Scratched sigils on the walls. Counted the days until you'd come.
Yo guys, we have another Dark Souls game.
Eyes peering across time and space, yearning for a glimpse of the unknown.
I swear this looks like that fucking Dark Souls.
PC gaming show. You seem different.
Consecrated fires revealed cinders and shadows. But beneath it all, no monsters.
Wie, welche Seite ist da?
No gods. Only oblivion.
Also. Can I get a Bloodborne port? True. Bro, this is Dark Souls. This is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls. Ja, okay, never mind. Bisschen... Es ist definitiv... Es ist ein Souls-like Game. Mortal Shell. What is this? Poggers in chat, let's go! Laszlo. 3. Juli Beta? Okay. Kommt auf die Konsolen.
But wait, there's more. We've gotten the chance to see some of the core gameplay of Mortal Shell, but now it's time to talk about bosses. Bosses are
Bro,
a classic
we know it's a
staple of this
Dark
type of
Souls.
RPG. And in our second piece of Mortal Shell footage, we'll see a boss
geht
that
rein?
isn't just a one-and-done threat.
Warst du am Lernen oder bist du
Instead,
grad
it's a
gekommen?
constant adversary throughout the campaign. The Hattern is a mysterious figure who stalks
Und die
the
Leute,
player
die gerade
throughout
gucken
Mortal
und noch
Shell.
nicht
As
gefollowt
you
haben,
grow in skill and master new weapons,
ich würde
so
mich
will
über einen
he.
Follow
The
freuen.
clip we're about to watch shows the player's very
Ihr wisst
first
Bescheid.
duel with the elusive adversary. Let's take a look.
Ey, die haben... Ente, this is your game. Nee, Pendra, ich nehme nur Follows. What the fuck? Er petrified den einfach. What the fuck? What the... Bro, why is he freezing though? Yeah, wo du sagst, Stiff, Alter? Null Musik. Fällt mir auch auf, Alter. Ist einfach gar keine Musik. Junge, der hat unendlich Stamina, Alter. Baller doch drauf. Was ist mit dem? Guck dir mal die Stamina von dem an, Alter. Einfach ballern, Junge. Ach, der Gegner kann auch versteinern. Jo, that's kinda nice. What the fuck? Es ist halt ein Souls-like. Was erwartest du?
Typically on the PC Gaming Show, we don't spend too much time talking about the Nintendo 64. But the beauty of PC gaming is that one way or another, almost all games find their way to us, and are often better off for it. After giving Blade Runner and Turok the Remaster treatment, Night Dive Studios is now modernizing Shadow Man, a 1999 cult classic.
Ach so, ja, es ist
support for 4K
es ist halt
plus
Souls-Boss, was soll ich dir sagen?
Content
Die sind halt immer so, du weißt halt allem aus, du whiff-punished halt ständig in Dark Souls oder in Souls-like Games. Der Gegner wirft Attacke raus, du rollst durch oder weg und dann ballern. Valiant. Kennt einer von euch das Nintendo 64 Game? Weil Shadow Man sagt mir nichts. Kex Engine, let's go! Das also... Ach, dir sagt es was, Ente? Im ersten bin ich mir nicht so sicher, aber danach ja. Das war ein N64-Game? What the fuck? Junge, Nintendo hat früher gewildet, Bro. Ja, das auf jeden Fall. Okay. Also willst du das mal einsammeln? Ich finde, der ist gerade 3 Sekunden um Dings rumgelaufen und dann hat er eingesammelt. Shadowman Remastered. In Development, okay.
I am on a first-name basis with our next guest, as he has been here at the PC Gaming Show 6 years running. From Tripwire Interactive, the president himself, it's John.
Ich schwöre, ich
Thanks so much for joining us, John.
Null Ahnung
Sean,
von dem
my pleasure.
N64
I'm
game.
so excited to be back with you again to talk about so much cool stuff happening at Tripwire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff.
Ich
and
weiß
I
nicht, ob
just
das
wanna kick off by
remastered ist.
asking, talking about Killing Floor 2.
So Killing Floor 2 just released the Perilous Plunder Summer Update. It's got 4 new weapons: Blunderbuss, Glock 18, Kaboom Stick, Tesla Launcher, new official map called Desolation, Space Pirate themed outfits. We're running a seasonal event with rewards until July 7th. And right now, it's free on Steam for a week, so you can go play it.
I also have to ask about the follow-up to a game that was announced at the PC Gaming Show, Chivalry 2. Talk to me about Chivalry 2.
So we're working with Torn Banner Studios. We're publishing
Chivalry?
Torn Banner.
Yo, Chivalry war mad fun.
Chivalry 2 is coming along great.
Chivalry war
It's so
fucking
fun,
mad fun,
and we're
bro.
excited to announce some big news.
Ich hab das mal mit ein paar Kollegen
between
gezockt,
the
das war
PC
mad fun.
and the consoles, so you can hack and slash your console friends in Chivalry 2.
And last, a game that has been so popular on Twitch. Talk to me about Maneater.
Yeah, so we were so excited to get Maneater out the door. You know, we've shown it to you guys originally in
Shark
2018.
PG, Alter.
We had all that fun.
No,
with,
das
Frankie in the
sei-
shark suit, which I'm kind of missing. The
Yo,
game is doing
Alter.
great. People are loving it. So much fan love, so many fan videos. We're just really happy to have it out there and people eating lots of humans.
It's such a funny game, too. You know, you've talked a little bit about what
Sorry,
games,
falls ihr Regen hört, guys.
what has been announced from Tripwire Interactive.
Mm-hmm.
What's coming up next for Tripwire?
So I wish we could come forward and announce an all-new game, and that would be great, but I can give you a few hints. So Chivalry 2, you know, is in process. It's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, hopefully. Maneater, we're taking the community feedback, and we're looking at things that we can add to the game, so you haven't seen the last of Maneater. And Killing Floor 2, you know, the game came out in 2015. So we're really thinking about what's next for the Killing Floor franchise. So stay tuned.
Well, if this day is any indicator, John, I'm sure I'll see you at next year's PC Gaming Show with those very updates. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Now, at this year's PC Gaming Show, we've already taken the look at some Epic Game Store exclusives. Mortal Shell in particular looks very promising. But for a sense of what else there is, let's take a look at this.
So, Epic Game Store, guys. Macht euch ready. Yo, Skate 4? Skate 5, meine ich. Okay, Valhalla. Ach, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, ich bin dumm, Mann. Mann, komplett vergessen. Ach, Super Meat Boy. Hey, wait. Sollte das Forever-Ding nicht zuerst auf der Switch kommen? War da nicht irgendwas? Time Exclusive oder so? Yo, Surgeon Simulator 2! Phantom Brigade. Das sagt mir auch was, Mann. Ja, Valhalla war klar. Guckt euch mal das Gameplay an, Guys, von Valhalla. Habt ihr gesehen, das geile Gameplay? Zu geil. Ey, jetzt müssen wir auch mal Banger raushauen, Alter.
Blightbound is a 3-player dungeon crawler where you and your friends explore unique dungeons, fighting a terrifying cadre of mystical and monstrous
Melanie,
enemies,
will you
grab
marry
valuable loot, and recover fallen
Simp.
heroes to expand your roster of available warriors.
Blightbound will battle its way onto Steam Early Access later this year as an ever-expanding game with new maps, new heroes to add to your roster, and new loot to retrieve through free updates.
Behold, Blightbound, a cooperative dungeon crawler that tasks 3 heroes to venture down from their mountain refuge to face the abominations of the Blight. A mysterious and corrupting fog enshrouds the land. Each player will choose a hero from one of 3 classes: warrior,
Forge Titan's might!
assassin,
Let me at him.
or mage.
My greatest power is
Battle a terrifying horde of monstrous enemies and colossal bosses.
Ja.
Each class of heroes
Sieht nicht so nice
plays a
aus.
specific role on the team to overcome mounting odds, solve clever puzzles, and synchronize their ultimate abilities to unleash massive damage. Battle through 3 distinct lands, each with several dungeons to conquer, including the eerie Gravemark, the oppressive Underhold, and the precarious Blood Ridge. Steel your nerves and prepare once again to enter the Blight Warrior.
Yeah. Also einziges Highlight war Persona. Aber weil es halt geleakt wurde, war halt der Hype nicht so groß. Like, ich habe halt nur drauf gewartet, jetzt gemacht kommt, zeigt doch mal Persona, so weißt du? Wäre das vorher nicht geleakt worden, damn, Alter, der Hype wäre fucking insane.
One thing we cherish about PC gaming is its openness. The PC is a platform where anyone can build stuff, tinker, and express themselves. And that spirit invites creators, streamers, developers, stores, and all kinds
Hey,
of
streamers,
different
that's
voices
me.
to contribute to PC gaming's vibrancy. We've already featured a lot of exciting independent games here today. But in rapid-fire succession, here are 8 more indie projects that we're excited about.
Okay, leider indie.
Shadows of Doubt is a detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi
Aber Rapid Fire ist
world.
gut. Oh mein... Yo, das sieht aus wie ein fucking Minecraft Texture Pack, Alter. Das ist doch nicht deren Ernst. Sieht aus wie fucking Minecraft Texture Pack.
In the Forgotten City, you fall into an
The
ancient
Forgotten
Roman
City?
utopia, only to find it full of people, mysteries, and difficult moral choices. Explore an open world locked in time.
Each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up.
Okay.
Somebody is about to end our lives.
Da stand gerade critically acclaimed Mods.
And stop them.
Von was denn? Von... This shit looks like Skyrim. Ist das ein Skyrim-Mod oder so gewesen? Da stand ja critically acclaimed Mod. What the fuck?
A first-person open-world murder mystery. Play as investigation freak Lady Love Dies as they explore the world, uncover the facts, and breathe life back into paradise.
Killer.
There's been a murder.
Bro, ich will mal entweder ein richtig geiles Koop-Ding sehen.
I am investigation freak Lady Love Dies, reporting for duty. It's my job to scour the streets of paradise and hunt for evidence. Any one of these psychopaths could have done it. Breathing life back into paradise.
What are these characters?
When love dies, all that remains are the facts. Paradise Killer, coming soon.
Haven is an
I
RPG
just
about the
fucking
journey of 2 lovers escape to a lost planet to stay together.
Yo, this is Xenoblade, guys. This is Xenoblade meets Mario Sunshine. Du musst alles sauber machen. Junge.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa, you.
Oh, come on. Dodge this one. Got it. You rock.
Wait, dieses Game hier geht man? Haven? Hallo? Die haben sich gerade geküsst. Was soll denn das? Hallo? hallo, PC Gaming Show, ist aber nicht PG. Küssen, was soll denn das? Wo sind wir denn, wenn die noch Hände halten oder so? Da sind die bescheuert oder was? Bro, what are these Allman games? What are these white people games? Show me some good fucking games, bro. Bro, ach, die Polizisten raiden alles, ja, looks like America. Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this.
Trash Sailors is a survival cult adventure game set in a dangerous, ruined world full of junk where you and friends must survive the Great Flood.
Bro, what is this? Trash Sailors. Trash for your...
Chris Tales is an indie love letter to classic RPGs that lets you experience
November
past,
17th.
present and future simultaneously.
Normal. What the fuck? Okay. Play the demo on Steam. Nice. Next gen consoles coming.
Set in a vibrant fantasy world created in collaboration with RPG veteran Chris Avallone, Alaloth offers fast-paced action with a deep narrative, bringing ARPG dynamics to a new level with a skill-based gameplay inspired by great classics and modern masterpieces.
Blossom Tales, genau, Blossom Tales. Ich find's lustig.
Weird West is a curious project from the co-creators
Wieder
of
übersteht
two of our
Wishlist
favorite
now.
games, Dishonored and Prey. Despite its top-down perspective, Weird West carries forth much of the same spirit of those first-person games laid out in a dark reimagining of the Wild West, filled with fantastical creatures. From Wolfeye Studios and Devolver, let's take a look at Weird West.
The West, the land of opportunity. A place where you can be a hero, scoundrel, and anything in between. This ain't quite the Wild West as you know it. There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead with their own rules and their own peculiar motives. Welcome to the Weird West.
Ah, Dishonored und Prey? Nice. Junge, jetzt geht's aber richtig ab mit Regen, Alter. Holy shit.
Coming out here could be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you can survive.
What the fuck?
Joining me to talk about Weird West is the president
Bro,
and creative director of Wolfeye Studios. It's Raf Colantonio. How's it going, Raf?
Wie die alle AirPods haben, hört mal auf zu flexen, Alter, ihr Pissköpfe.
I am awesome and eager to talk about this game, and I want to start with something very straightforward. What is Weird West?
Weird West is an action RPG that is set in an environment that is called the Weird West. And it's very much of the kind of games that I've been working on in the past, except that the perspective is more like a isometric, top-down kind of view.
Yeah, I mean, we've referenced Prey and Dishonored, and we normally think of the immersive sim as first-person games like that. What happens when you try to translate that to that top-down isometric perspective?
There's not much different in the spirit. You will really find yourself at home. It's just that it's a different perspective. So instead of seeing through the eyes of the player, the character, you have a chance to run a party of people. So you have followers, and you have more kind of like a strategy kind of view. But the exploration and everything is, is still the same kind of spirit, but with a different perspective.
And in particular for people that maybe haven't played immersive sims, I know that the whole notion of creative problem solving is a big aspect, multiple ways to get past the same obstacle. Can you give some examples of that in Weird West?
We like games where we set up an environment for you, a context, there's a world, there are characters, there are objects, and all of those objects have got consistent rules. And then there's an objective, which is, for example, go inside this house and frame a character by putting a letter that he did not actually truly write, but you put it there so that the sheriff can find it, right? You could do it in a very stealthy way, which would be what you would imagine people would do. So probably use a power and put people to sleep and then get inside.
You've talked about the different things that you can do as a player in the game, but who are you? What can the player do to shape who the character is over the course of the game?
Right, so this is a very good question and also a very dangerous one for me.
It's the riskiest question yet, man.
To make it simple, you are going to play 5 different characters. Once the main quest is over with the first character, you go to the next one. Now, the first one is still in the world, so you can go back and recruit him or her in your party.
What does death mean for you and for your companions in Weird West?
It's a risk that we're taking. We're gonna have different modes. There's the super hard mode where you die and you're dead.
Is the game sort of designed to be playing
you die and you're dead?
If someone dies, you're not supposed to reload. You're supposed to continue to play within the same world?
Yeah, you continue to play with the same world. But now the sad thing is that you
die and you're dead.
Followers, the characters that are with you, but maybe they'll come back at you someday under the form of an undead, or you don't know what's gonna happen. You can revive your followers if you're there and if you have the right tools with you. But if you don't and they die, that's it. Your followers are now in a little graveyard somewhere.
You make it sound cute. A precious little graveyard. Well, they will maybe come back as the undead. Yeah. Now, Raph, when can people get their hands on Weird West?
So the game ships in 2021, but some of you are gonna have a chance to play a demo actually pretty soon in the incoming months. You can follow Wolfeye Studios on Twitter, and as well as Devolver Digital on Twitter as well, for more information about that.
Well, wonderful, Raph. Thank you so much for coming out. Once again, that is Devolver Digital, Wolfeye Studios on Twitter for that upcoming demo. For our next game, believe it or not, yet again, we're gonna go to Frankie.
Sean, I don't know about you, but there are times I wish for a simpler life. A life spent as a farmer in a humble JRPG village, where all I have to worry about is which vegetables to plant, what to name my chickens,
JRPG
and
village?
which of the dozen townsfolk I should propose marriage to. Our next game is a return to that simpler life. From XSEED Games, this is Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
I fucking sleep, bro. I fucking sleep. Ist Story of Seasons nicht Harvest Moon? Ist das nicht so? Das ist doch irgendwie alles fucked up da mit der ganzen Harvest Moon Marke. Ist es, ne? Ja. Bro, who the fuck cares? Die EU-Publisher, absolute Legende. I won't. I fucking won't live the farm life, bro.
Marvelous. I'm so happy that you've been sending in your reactions, your memes, your takes to various temperatures throughout the show. Through the wonderful magic of motion graphics, you can even read them before your very eyes right now. I'm delighted by so many of them. Furious at a few, but I'm confused by none because you're just making a lot of sense today. We're in the home stretch of the show, so please continue to let us know which PC games you're excited about by using hashtag PC Gaming Show. Now, when it comes to genres, there are few as ambitious on PC as the MMO. It requires a vast amount of resources to create a rich, living, breathing world to entertain hundreds of thousands of players for years, and I know this because I watched Season 1 of Mythic Quest. Due on closed beta on July 23rd, Amazon Games' New World aims to deliver that vast open world with pitched battles of 100 players. I'm excited to announce today that if you pre-order New World right now, you can get into that July 23rd beta a full month before the full release on August 25th. This is New World.
Wait, war New World nicht das von Amazon Shit da? Yeah, yeah. Das soll ein MMO werden? Es sieht nach generischer, sorry, aber es sieht einfach generischer Fantasy-Kampf aus. Never mind, Alter, die haben fucking Waffen. Die shooten people im Mittelalter, Mann. Yeah, Amazon Games.
Here on the PC Gaming Show, we're big fans of Life is Strange, the award-winning adventure series from developer Dontnod. Having undergone some big changes since its first reveal in 2018, Twin Mirror, the studio's next game, is a psychological thriller that follows investigative journalist Sam, who returns to his hometown in West Virginia. Available to wishlist now on the Epic Games Store. Let's watch.
Basswood is many things. Peaceful tops that list. Until that day.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
Ja, der Ring kann sich auch mal ein bisschen beruhigen, Alter.
Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. You might be right. The good news, though,
bro,
at least,
bro, I sleep.
You may have seen Metal Hellsinger announced earlier this week, and today we get the opportunity to take a closer look at this unique game that the studio bills as a rhythm FPS. Published by Funcom, you have to battle through 8 hells, blasting demons to a heavy metal soundtrack. And to talk about one of the most epic encounters in the game is the creative director at The Outsiders, David Goldfarb. Take it away, David.
Thanks. And let me say it's a pleasure to be here. And I think right now everybody needs some games to give us a break from the reality that we're currently inhabiting. So that's why we're here now. So what you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger. I hope you like it.
Not gonna lie, I kinda dig the idea.
Those who challenge the law shall suffer.
Das ist auch ein Game für Neues, Mann. Mit der Musik. I don't know, ist mal was anderes. Yo, you almost died, bro. You almost dead, bro. What the fuck?
Hello everybody, Felicia Day here, and I play the Magician in the Dungeons of Nahelbeck, The Amulet of Chaos. The Amulet of Chaos is a fun and silly tactical RPG that's coming to PC later this summer. It features a group of adventurers searching a dungeon for treasure. Each one of the characters has their own skill
Bro,
sets,
never
or
fucking
lack
seen
thereof, fighting styles, and inventory. Each one is kind of a failure, but together, they're too dumb to fail. The game doesn't take itself too seriously. It has lots of in-jokes for tabletop games, and for some reason it features a lot of chickens. Anyway, here is an exclusive preview of The Amulet of Chaos.
Bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
You again? I'd
Ist das so wie
expected your
Divinity
asses to
oder
be
was?
turned into lampshades by now. You root! I'm pissed. Ha! Pleased to meet you, pissed. I'm Revax. What a burn.
Bro, they did not do this.
Try diplomacy, maybe?
No. Attack! Guards, guards! Dispatch these smelly bushwhackers. Zibat relic hizbat.
Alter, die Alter. Ich hab's eigentlich nur angemacht für Persona. A big fucking mistake. Dankeschön. Dankeschön, dass es so schnell vorbei war. I appreciate that. Ja, könnt ihr selber gucken.
Who says you need water to go sailing? Our next game, Red Sails, puts you on a boat in the middle of a sea of desert. In this intriguing narrative adventure, you rescue stranded people while looking for the rest of your clan. Let's take a look at Red Sails.
What is this art style, bro? Oh, this shit looks this ugly as fuck. Bro, this shit looks disgusting. Ja komm, mach den Breath of the Wild Shot. Meine Güte, Alter.
So, DevBot, do you have any access to some medical programs in case I, bump my foot against some of these cold, unforgiving walls?
Query received, Sean. In order to familiarize you with basic life-saving procedures, I have established contact with game developer Bossa Studios, the creators of Surgeon Simulator 2.
Well, I wasn't really planning on doing any surgery. I feel like if I was injured, you'd be the one doing the surgery.
My analysis shows that Surgeon Simulator 2 contains all of the vital instructions for repairing fragile human bodies.
Gönn
The
dir
power
Panda.
of Surgeon Simulator 2 is equivalent to 1 year of human medical school.
That's not true, but I appreciate your enthusiasm and thirst for knowledge, DevBot. And I'm certainly interested in this game. So let's take a look at Surgeon Simulator 2.
Irgendwie Surgeon Simulator. Ist keiner lustig. Aber der Joke ist halt auch nach 5 Minuten, also nach 5 Minuten ist halt auch nicht mehr. Ich verstehe auch nichts. Yo, Buckles! Bro, I don't know. Ja, normal, Laszlo, ist der unnötig, aber noch irgendwie Geld rauskriegen, ne, aus der Marke.
Joining us to talk about Surgeon Simulator 2, we got Mark Pick on the line. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, for anyone who has not experienced the hilarity of Surgeon Simulator 1,
Bro,
can you
ist
just
der
give us
Deutsch?
the gist and tell us, what is Surgeon Simulator 2 all about?
We've kind of taken the tone and the heart of the original,
Never
which is
mind.
that chaotic physics gameplay, and we've really kind of
Ich
blown
hab
it out to brand new
zuerst
proportions.
so einen deutschen
So
Akzent
in the
gehört
original game,
beim Englisch
you just
sprechen.
one arm
War es
kind of
doch.
moving around on one table.
Bruder,
In the new
Laszlo,
game, you're
they're
actually
all rich,
fully
bro.
limb
They're all
moving
fucking
around
rich.
For the first time in the series on 2 feet. In the original game as well, yeah, right. What an innovative feature in 2020. In the original game as well, you were limited to just surgery, whereas in Surgeon Simulator 2, there's a whole plethora of brand new mechanics, challenges, and gameplay elements to explore. You're not just looking over one patient's chest cavity anymore, but you're actually exploring a fully fledged medical facility.
Can you maybe tease a little bit of some of the other, perhaps, medical operations that I get to perform in Surgeon Simulator 2?
Yeah, so there is 12 operations in the game, and you will have seen a few of those in the trailer just now. Think of that facility as like a little bit like the original Surgeon Simulator, with a bit of kind of a mad scientist lab thrown in there. Through this kind of lens of like a Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory vibe. Like, you're never really sure what's going to be around the next corner and what new twist or what dark machinery you're going to come across next. So players are going to come across everything from like surgical vending machines, over-engineered operating theatres, automatic patient dispensers, my personal favourite, which is actually an improvised cannon, where you can actually fire limbs or organs and things across to your fellow surgeons on the other side of the room to keep operating on Bob.
Now, Mark, I understand that there is a creation tool in Surgeon Simulator 2. What does that entail?
Yeah, that's right. So in keeping with the variety and the surprise that we talked about before, in Surgeon Simulator 2, we're proud to announce that we are bringing the Bossa Labs creation mode to the game. Now, in creation mode, you as a solo player or in a group of up to 4 players can get stuck into the very same tools that we as designers and developers use to build our very own story mode. It's an easy to use, intuitive, friendly set of tools where it's as much fun to create as it is to play.
So I want to ask, what are some of the examples of the types of levels, the types of creations that people have made?
That's a great question. So we've been live for the last few months already. The wealth and the variety of content made by players so far has been really, really incredible to see. So there's been everything in there from traditional takes on surgery, like the end of the original game. We've also got ghost ships in there. We've got bowling alleys. We've even got a take on the Surgeon Olympics, where people are bouncing around Bob's head and using that as a ball. And then we've got my personal favourite, which is the kind of the take on the bottle flip challenge. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but where you can kind of flip a bottle with the hands and kind of, it's not the easiest thing to do with the Surgeon Simulator hand. And you just kind of step back and see the physics chaos play out, and it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying to see play out.
Mark, I had a blast playing Surgeon Simulator 1. When can people play Surgeon Simulator 2, and how do they get access to this creation workshop you've mentioned?
Surgeon Simulator 2 is coming to the Epic Games Store in August 2020, and you can pre-order that right now. You can also go to surgeonsimulator.com for more information and follow us at Surgeon Sim on Twitter to learn more.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Next game.
That's Mark Pick. I'm Sean Plott. Let's go to Frankie Ward.
Sean, you'll remember our next developer from their appearance in the PC Gaming Show way back in 2015. Hello Games are a small UK indie studio, perhaps better known for building the infinite, procedurally generated universe of No Man's Sky. But their next big release is an altogether more intimate, handcrafted affair. The Last Campfire is an adventure game, a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Let's check it out.
Clouds go rushing by.
No Man's Sky.
Becomes an ocean.
This should look sad as fuck, bro.
Could it be the star's reflection?
No!
Tiny sparks in one great velvet sky. Perfect in our imperfection. As satellites go by.
People.
Escape from Tarkov has become one of the breakout successes of 2020, becoming a smash hit on Twitch as players fell in love with its extra gritty take on first-person shooters. But as anyone who works on the internet will tell you, the people always want more. And more we've got for you today, because in a moment I'm going to be speaking to one of the game's developers about what's coming next, and that includes a spicy new map. Hey DevBot, why don't you show them what we got?
Bro, ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, dass die Show nicht aufhören wird, Alter. Yo, what the fuck? Kurz vor 11. Damn! Machen da jetzt auch ein Horror-Game oder was? Tolles Game. By the way, Persona 4 braucht 14 GB auf PC. Ich habe gerade nachgeguckt. Aber das hat mich jetzt richtig überzeugt, Tarkov zu spielen.
Here with me to talk about what's coming next is Nikita Buyanov from Battlestate Games. Thanks so much for joining us today, Nikita.
Thank you for having me.
I would love if you would kick off by, just for anyone who hasn't played or seen Escape from Tarkov, how does a session of Escape from Tarkov work? What makes it different from, say, a class-based shooter or a battle royale?
It's more about like true survival. You need to actually escape from a location through extract points, and you need to actually save your life and save your gear and your loot. And if you die, you will lose everything.
So how does the new map compare to the existing map set in Tarkov?
It will be the biggest and the most detailed location ever. It will be a lot of explorable buildings, undergrounds. It's like an attempt to simulate the city, the realistic modern city.
So give me a breakdown of what's coming up in this upcoming patch 12.7.
12.7 is more like a technical patch. It will include the big addition called the expansion of Customs location. Customs is the very iconic location for the EFT. It will like enlarge the overall area by 30 or even 40%. The next updates will totally like overhaul the whole skill system, and there will be new boss called Senator. This boss will able to heal his partners and like search for stashes. So we always try to bring something new in terms of new bosses. Really big amount of cool features are to come this year. We'll try to bring some new experience for you.
Escape from Tarkov has been playable for a long time. For anyone who's listening who hasn't yet played it, where should they go?
They should go to our site, www.escapefromtarkov.com, and see for yourself. You could purchase it over there.
So once again, escapefromtarkov.com to check it out. And Nikita, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
For our next title at the PC Gaming Show, it's time to head on over to the inimitable Frankie Ward.
Over the last decade, developer Red Barrels has given us some of the most messed up horror games ever created. The next game in the Outlast series offers more mind-numbing terror, but this time with friends. Outlast Trials is set during the Cold War, and in this happy period of distrust, fear, and violence, you and your friends are human guinea pigs, involuntarily recruited to test advanced methods of brainwashing and mind control. Good times. But work together, and maybe you'll survive the Outlast Trials.
PS5, PC, no. Yeah, so nice.
Night vision device fully operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
Outlast Trials? No, this guy. I think that, ja, ich glaube, der war tot.
And with that, the 2020 PC Gaming Show.
Let's go! It's over!
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh,
we hope that you got the chance to see some games that excited
Okay,
you.
Outlast war nice.
Also, as you might imagine, it is really challenging to put on a show with no nearby gaming conventions. So an enormous thanks to our sponsors for helping to make this show possible. This year, the sponsors are Mythical, Perfect World, Funcom, Frontier Developments, Exceed Games, Atlas, Intel, All In Games, Humble Games, Sega,
please,
Amazon Games,
Switch,
Nerd Games, Tripwire Interactive,
Atlas,
and the Epic Games Store. Without your support, we would not have had the opportunity to put on a show for the greatest platform, PC gaming. Now, before I say goodbye, I want to give a warm thanks and a chance for my co-host to say goodbye.
Frankie.
Thanks again, DevBot.
What do you mean? Don't disrespect my girl, Frankie.
I'm going to shut down into sleep mode to conserve power until next year. Frankie, what is your goodbye message?
Kommen wir jetzt noch zum Abschluss, so wie bei Nintendo One More. Komm.
Thank you so much to all
Da ist der
of
Hase
Dev
wieder,
for your
Jungs.
incredible
Der
games.
Hase.
And of course a massive thanks
Kappa.
to the sponsors for making
Das
this
Meerschweinchen,
all
ich weiß
happen.
jetzt, keine
And
Sorge.
finally, a big thanks to you guys at home for watching. I'm actually off with my little evil sidekick now to take over the world, and I really, really do look forward to being your evil Emperor Overlord. Until next year, thank you so much, and goodbye.
All right, that's it. Coming up next is the Future Games Show over at twitch.tv/gamesradar, where you'll see more exclusive reveals, deep
So
dives
guys,
on the
ich
future
bin
of
dann auch
gaming
mal raus,
and
ne?
developer
Ich bin
interviews.
kaputt, ich
With
leg
that,
mich jetzt hin.
I'm
Alter.
Sean Day9Plot, and this has been the PC Gaming Show. Stay healthy, stay safe.
See ya und gönn dir den Clip, Astiger. Absolute Legendenentwickler. Man sieht sich, Leute. In memory of Luke Edson. Magai, rest in peace.
Or rather, goodbye world. These
Was a nice Stream auf jeden Fall. Danke, dass ihr alle da wart. War richtig nice. Mal sowas mit den ganzen Boys geguckt zu haben. Peace.
You get the idea. These are